Hey everybody, Rob here at etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Curt Class 3 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver on our 2012 Toyota Venza. So this is what our hitch is going to look like once we have it fully installed. The cross tube is going to be visible, spanning from side to side right below the bumper, but the main thing we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. It's a Class 3 hitch, so that means it's going to give us that 2" by 2" receiver tube opening. We're going to have the widest variety of accessories that we can mount up. Now, regardless if we're going to be using a ball mount to a trailer, a bike rack, take some bike with us, or a cargo carrier, or any other option of accessories that we're going to put in there, all of them are going to be mounted to the hitch pin hole here on the side. Now, our hitch is going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. Now, these are not going to come with the hitch, but you can find them here at etrailer.com, along with some locking devices to keep your accessories secure, and anti-rattle devices to cut down on that rattling noise that we usually hear at the back of our receiver. Now, if you are going to be towing a trailer, obviously you need a spot to hook up your safety chains, and here we have a plate style welded at the bottom of the receiver tube. And for most normal size hooks, we got plenty of room to get them hooked on and take them off. But if you have even those really large size hooks, those oversized ones, we're still going to have plenty of room to get them hooked on and take them off. Now, as far as the weight rating goes for our hitch, it's going to have a 350-pound tongue weight. That's going to be the maximum downward force at the end of the receiver tube. It's also going to have a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. That's how much it can pull, but that does include the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now, it is designed to work with weight distribution systems as well, and that's going to be a separate component that's mounted on your trailer. However, it is going to bump the tongue weight up to 400 pounds and the gross trailer weight rating up to 4,000 pounds. You do want to double check your Venza's owner's manual though, because we don't want to exceed the manufacturer's recommended weight. I'd like to give you a few measurements. These are going to help you whenever you're looking for accessories for your new hitch. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper is going to be right about 4 inches. Now, that measurement is going to come in handy when you're looking at folding accessories to make sure you have enough room to put them in the upright stored position and not make contact with the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening is going to be right about 13 inches. Now, at that height, I would definitely recommend a bike rack or a cargo carrier with a raised shank. That way we can get a little bit more ground clearance out of them. But now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's go through the installation process together. To begin our installation, we want to come to the very back of our Venza. Now, we're going to need to lower our exhaust down, and if we come to the muffler tips, so we'll have one at the very back at the bumper here, right by the exhaust pipe. And then if we move forward, right on the front side of the muffler towards the front of our Venza, we'll have another one. And we're going to have 2 on each side, so we need to remove all 4 of these. Now, the 2 at the very back, if we look up, we can see that it's actually bolted to the bottom of the frame. So it'd be a lot easier just to unbolt those. So we'll grab a 12mm socket and pull both of those bolts out. And then we'll move over to the other side and we can loosen up that hanger as well. Just want to make sure you hold on to the hardware because we are going to reinstall it later. Now, for the 2 hangers that are going towards the front of our Venza, we're going to take some spray lubricant and spray down the rubber isolator in the hangers. And that'll just make it a little bit easier for that rubber isolator to slide off. The easiest way to get them off is you take a pry bar. You can typically use the actual exhaust pipe itself, pry against that rubber isolator until you can get it to slide off and be free. And then we can move to the other side and remove that one as well. Now, you can see our exhaust came down, and if you follow your exhaust pipe just a little bit past the muffler, you'll find this pivot point here. So our exhaust will move a little bit, as you can see, but we really don't want to be pulling down on it too much. It is supported by another hanger a little bit further up, but we really don't want to put too much stress on that joint right here. Now, if we look on the frame rail right above our muffler, we're going to see that we have several stickers or little decals that are covering up some holes. You need to remove the 3 that are towards the back of the bumper. You just take a flat blade screwdriver, kind of want to come underneath it, scrape it off until you can get the entire sticker removed to expose the weld nut underneath. We'll do that for all 3 of these stickers, and then we'll move to the other side and remove those as well. Now, these can be a little bit difficult to remove since they've been on there for quite some time, but you just want to make sure you get all the sticker removed and that the inside doesn't get any pieces of it stuck inside there, because we don't want anything inside those threads. So the 3 holes right here, this one is not going to be a weld nut, so you do want to move back again and remove the one that's going to be right by the exhaust hanger. So there'll be 2 weld nuts towards the very back, just an open hole, and then another weld nut underneath this sticker. Now that all the weld nuts are exposed, I'm going to take a little bit of spray lubricant and spray it inside the weld nut. Come back with a nylon brush, make sure there's no dirt, debris, or rust inside that could potentially cause cross-threading when we put our bolts through. Once you have it cleaned, you're going to want to grab one of the new bolts from your kit. Make sure you can easily thread it in by hand and that it's not going to cross-thread. Then we can continue to clean the remaining weld nuts on this frame and the other side. Now it's a good idea to grab yourself an extra set of hands, help lift up the hitch. We're going to line up the side plate holes with the holes in the frame. We'll grab one of our bolts. You want to make sure you put a conical tooth washer on there. There's little teeth on there and you want to make sure they're pointing up towards the hitch. We'll go through our hitch. You want to make sure you get at least 1 nut on each side hand tight. That way we can have the hitch support itself and work on getting the rest of the hardware in place. And each one of these holes and weld nuts is going to get the same combination of hardware. I'm going to grab a 17mm socket and we're going to tighten up all the hardware that we just installed. Then you want to make sure you come back with a torque wrench and torque all the hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. And we'll go back and repeat that for any remaining hardware we have. When we put our exhaust back up, I like to put the forward ones up first because they should be pretty close to lined up. Spray a little bit more lubricant on there. Lift it up just a little bit. You can slide the hanger back in place. We'll move to the other side and put the forward one in there, and then we can move to the back and put the bolts in. Once you have your exhaust put back in place, that'll finish up your installation and your look at the Curt Class 3 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver on our 2012 Toyota Venza.